All right, let's talk AKs and enablers. First things first, the Kalashnikov was designed in an era where optics really weren't a thing on this weapons platform, on a standard infantry weapon. So that design parameters kind of led to some challenges over the years, just because of the way that it's designed. There's plenty of ways to overcome it, and a lot of times, like that endless debate of AK versus AR, that's one of the things people will bring up. It is what it is. So let's talk about how to integrate optics enablers, thermal, IR lasers. How do we run those on an AK? How do I run it on an AK? All right, first things first, this is a Palmetto State Armory AKP. As you can see, I have run the absolute dog shit out of this weapon, and it has been flawless. It's good to go. Round count. I quit keeping a log of the round count probably around 3,500 rounds or so. I'd have to go back and look at the my dope book on this, but anyway, I had an ACOG on it and kind of ran this, and this was something I ran this platform for a long period of time. I probably got 5,000 rounds in it though. I just quit keeping a log of a round count. Anyway, it's been absolutely flawless. Love this thing. Got an old Purse 4 up here, so you can see kind of how high that thing sits on the rail. The Purse 4 was a pretty doggone good IR laser back when you could get them. If I had to do this all over again, it would definitely be a designated IRV that would be up there. But as it sits right now, the Purse 4 is on there, is zeroed. I've been running it a long time, and it works. Iray RH25 threw this on. Got several of these in stock. Both the 640 version. This is the V2, by the way, which has a 60 hertz refresh rate. It's a solid performing optic. I mean, the Iray RH25 really needs no introduction. But some design implementations here that you'll see on this. The railed top cover, which is kind of what you want to be looking at. The reinforced way that it is attached to the front trunnion up here, and of course a M-LOK handguard, also with a built-in rail. There's no M-LOK system right there. It is machined. That rail is part of the machining. So it's very, very strong, very good design, and like I said, I've been running the crap out of this for a long period of time. Anyway, the Iray RH25, a lot of people know this as a wearable optic because it's small, so you bridge it to a PVS 14. That's kind of how it became known. It revolutionized the clip-on industry because you can use it in front of an optic. What a lot of people don't know about this is that it actually has a zeroable reticle built into it, and you can use it as a standalone weapons scope. And I really like it in that role. I've been playing with it. I played with it on one other weapon on a AR, and like it for that. It's pretty cool as a kind of a one and done, a standalone, does all the things. But let's take a look. So let's see if we can get it. So again, I've got my cows down there. Give us something to look at. And you get a good image of that reticle. So they're down in the bottom pasture. A few of them. We're seeing that heat signature. Those heat signatures, rather. And you're seeing something else in the sight picture that I'm going to explain. But pretty cool heads-up display with that. We're right in the middle of the day right now, the heat of the day, where your thermal image is its worst. And it's still coming in pretty doggone good. You'll notice in the lower part of that, you were getting a little bit of heat washout. That's actually coming from the IR laser itself. You're seeing that. so it's obscuring the image just a little bit. You see that the height over bore on this is about the same as if you were running an ACOG on it. But again, perfectly serviceable, good setup. Why would you want to have an IR laser and a thermal on here? Some people might be asking that question. Because again, as I identified in the video yesterday, when you are moving, I'm wearing nods on my face, I aim with an IR laser. Once I'm static, I'm going to be running the thermal, doing my passive aiming. And once I get to where I'm going. You know, when I say static, I mean getting to a hide site, getting into a defensive position, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, right? But this setup right here, in case anybody was wondering, shout out to TechZen. TechZen is a guy who's kind of a legend in the AK community. He runs RussianOptics.net. Really knowledgeable guy over the years, and big honor to be able to interact with him because he's just a cool dude. We were having a little discourse this morning, and I put up a AK. It was an AK-74M that was captured in Syria. It was a Russian weapon that was captured. It was a SF, Russian Spetsnaz weapon that was captured by ISIS in Syria, and they were doing an SSE on it. Those photos got out. Well, they were running, that AK was running a thermal as the primary optic along with an IR laser on that weapon. So the setup was very similar to this, and I put up an image of that, and that kind of made waves many moons ago about, you know, the role of small thermals like the Iray RH25, and, you know, of course the Armasight with the Collector series, which is, you know, the jockey and the sidekick and the Collector are all, they all share a lot of features. The AGM Rattler series, the Rattler V2 series that's out now, the dedicated scopes that are on there, and the role that they have on the battlefield and their overall utility for us, whether it's predator hunting, whether it's doing, you know, small unit tactics implementation, what have you. But anyway, good rundown on that. Wanted to share that with you. The AK is definitely very relevant to the conversation, and I think you know, that market's kind of went to sleep for a little while, but I think it's going to come back in a big way, and it's good to understand how to integrate optics on a Kalashnikov. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.